Well, I'm afraid I apologize for closing this session with this so boring presentation after this great show. Thank you very much, Francisco. Thank you, Jaume. Thank you, Javier, for this. This was amazing. PowerPoint, please. Well, if I didn't know anything about Greencranes and terminal tractors LNG, after seeing this demonstration, I would probably think that the LNG terminal tractor is a very, very serious competitor to the best diesel available machine in the market. It is just a prototype, and we have seen how it can compete perfectly with the industrial series. An industrial vehicle, very well optimized, with a long time of evolution. Okay? And especially, I would think that the evolution of the LNG terminal tractor would be a very suitable option for many, many European port container terminals. Not only container terminals, many other installations that use terminal tractors at Europe. Especially taking into account the impact of diesel in this kind of operations. You have seen this slide before. Now we are talking about the terminal tractor fuel consumption. For example, with real data coming from Noatum, last year the terminal tractors fleet consumed around 2 million liters of fuel. And these have a great impact also in environment, with nearly 5,000 tons of CO2 emitted. We have seen the demonstration of the exhaust gases, the particles. You have seen the white tissue. So the environmental impact could be heavily reduced with LNG. So the LNG terminal tractor prototype, it's an example of successful story of market-sided innovation. Just in 6 months, the Greencranes partnership, especially with the involvement of Ferrer and Alphaland and Noatum, of course, they have produced a full prototype from the very beginning, the design phase, the manufacturing, and the on-site deployment. In this short time, many technical and logistical and regulatory problems and issues have appeared, and all of them have been overcome. You have seen the structural modification coming from the standard diesel machine, the design of the LNG tank able to provide the required autonomy, the engine compatibility. Okay, we have seen there is a lack of compatibility so far. We need a very adapted engine to gain profitability in the prototype. We have seen also issues concerning LNG refueling and the LNG availability, how to supply LNG in container terminals. Okay. Moreover, we have surpassed an important step in ports. The regulations and the needed authorizations to supply, to use LNG as a fuel. Here, the Port Authority has developed a very important role, adapting all the regulatory conditions to allow this new activity in the ports. Everything is according to law, according to regulations. Other things like finding the suitable place to hold these mobile LNG refueling stations, the design of the emergency and the protection procedures, the training, everything, it's okay, it works. So the first conclusion is that we have produced the first European LNG terminal tractor, and it works. And as Javier said in his show, mission accomplished. But this is not only a project for Noatum. We want this project to be a project for Europe. So we have put available our studies, and we have built a tool to allow any port operator or any company in Europe to evaluate the feasibility of the investment in an LNG terminal tractors fleet. Okay, not only this case, also the eco-RTG retrofitting and also the evaluation of yard electrification. All the feasibility investment models are published and are in an online web tool that you can consult, you can use it, and with our support, you can take the advantage of this and extract results from your specific cases. Okay, this is the added value of the project to Europe. And this introduced me 3 scenarios that I want to share with you, because we are talking here about the possibility of extending this concept to the whole Europe. So let's see in the first scenario. This is today, and we compare the business case of LNG versus road diesel at Europe. Okay, we will make a difference between road and non-road diesel. This is the fuel that use at your cars and trucks. If we could use road diesel in terminal tractors with the current technology, with the current prototype technology, we see that the investment and the project is feasible in the whole Europe. In the whole Europe, you could start an LNG fleet of terminal tractors. Okay? The reality is not so beautiful because port machinery do not use road diesel. They used what we call non-road diesel, or let's say in Spain we say gasoil, and in Europe they call it red diesel. This is low tax diesel fuel. Okay? We are doing now this study considering many countries in Europe, and we want to finish this map at the end of the project in the mid of 2014. But we have now some results comparing the price of low tax diesel and the price of LNG in each country. And today, with the prototype phase, the state of the art of the technology, the result is that in some countries it could be feasible also, for example, in the Netherlands today. In some other countries, the majority, most of them, Spain, France, Italy, Slovenia, Greece, we get information from prices of this in these countries. The investment, it is still not so favorable due to the difference on prices. But we are talking about the prototype technology. Nobody will start a fleet of prototypes. We need to create the industrial vehicle, the serial vehicle, okay? Let's see this scenario with the industrial vehicle. In the near future, and when I say near future, I'm referring to the next couple of years, we could get an industrial LNG, not prototype, a market model, okay? This model should have a very adjusted manufacturing cost, okay, because it is an industrial model, it is a serial machine, and equipped with an optimized engine design for the operations at ports, okay? And assuming this hypothesis, which are, we think, perfectly achievable, this is the scenario. In most of Europe, any port installation could start a fleet of LNG terminal tractors. Okay? So, second main conclusion. In the next 2 years, this can be a very good business opportunity, not only for manufacturers and energy suppliers, also but port operators, container terminals, to get profitability of the investment in a new fleet of terminal tractors. You can see some values of the internal rates of returns. They are quite high. 35% in the case of the Netherlands, 24%, 25% of internal rate of return of these investment projects. So, second conclusion, this is a good business opportunity for everybody. Well, I'm finishing right now. I just have another slide, but as this is not the final event of the project, we will have Next week, a similar event in Slovenia, and in January we will have another demonstration day in Livorno, but it is the final event at Valencia, the project. So somehow it is an important milestone of our project from the people here. So we, as a project coordinator, would like to recognize the effort of all the people involved in the project. We have had the privilege of working and meet so much talented and brilliant and passionate people, and we really thank you all guys for making it possible. Thank you. And my special thanks to Francisco, because he's one of the best engineers I have met in my life, and this is it. Okay, just the last slide, please. I will recover my two first conclusions, well, first and second. The first one was that we have made the most difficult. We have produced the prototype, and it works, okay? The second conclusion is that in 2 years, a new market can be opened. So we have gained a lot of knowledge with Greencranes, and we have now the resources, we have the technology, we have the support of the European Commission, which is encouraging to introduce cleaner fuels and alternative fuels in our industry. So my third conclusion is that altogether we should go for it and make it possible and make a difference. Thank you very much. Well, and now I leave the floor to Gustavo Ferrer, which is the director of Noatum Container Terminal Valencia. He will close this demonstration day. Thank you very much.
Well, good morning again. Please excuse me the attendance of Mr. Schultz. This is closing session due to the last minute change in his agenda. Well, Deputy Head of Unit of DG Move B1, Trans-European Network, Secretario Autonómico, President of the Port of Valencia, General Manager of Energy, General Manager of Fundación Valenciaport, authorities, suppliers, colleagues, media. Well, today we have the opportunity to listen to the presentation of some of the companies directly involved in this project, but many others have been part of this development over the last year and a half. To all of them, I would like to express my gratitude. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your embodiment commitment. Well, it is impossible for me to mention each and every one of you where we are involved in the Greencranes project. I'm grateful to you all for improving our port and positioning it as an unequal leader in the Mediterranean. I would like to extend my thanks to all the people involved in this project, especially to all the employees of Noatum who have worked so diligently on this project. Their analysis of the alternative fuels has allowed us to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, particles, NOx and SO2, and to maintain low energy consumption in our terminal in Valencia. As a result of the project, Noatum will implement eco measures in the terminal. As an example, we have approved the conversion of 24 RTGs engines, reducing the environmental impact by up to 50%. Finally, as a consequence of the research of Greencranes, we have demonstrated the needs of the port terminals to be more eco-efficient. Suppliers are now improving and adapting their products, and together we will transform the port industry to meet the challenge of environmental sustainability. We will now a group photo of the companies involved in the project. Thank you very much for your interest. Thank you very much to welcome to Valencia.